Hi, my name is Miss Coburg and I am your student's 6th grade English Language Arts teacher. The supplies that your student needs for class are a white 1-inch binder, 5 dividers that we labeled in class, loose leaf paper, pencils, pens, red pens, highlighters, the school-issued assignment notebook, and a charged Chromebook. It is important that they use this just for English Language Arts because we have a lot of things we need to keep organized throughout the year. What do we do in English Language Arts? Grammar, writing, persuasive essay, narrative essay, compare and contrast essay, novel studies, short stories, book reports and projects, literary elements, and poetry. Grading. 6th grade has a little bit of a different schedule for grades being issued. We have tests, essays, and projects at 50% of their entire grade. Quizzes and lit responses are 30% of their entire grade, and classwork and homework are 20% of their entire grade. Because quizzes and tests are weighted so heavily, we also have a retake policy. Students are permitted opportunities to improve test scores on quizzes and tests only. This will typically be accomplished with the retake of a quiz or a test. In order to qualify for a retake, students are required to make corrections to the original assessment. Students also may be required to meet with the teacher for a help session or conference prior to the retake to make sure the student is ready for the retake. This is at the teacher's discretion and is based on the needs of each individual. The highest grade the student can receive on a retake is 80%. Our goal is to provide each student with the opportunity to demonstrate mastery of critical standards. Retakes are student initiated. That means that the student has to come to me and tell me that they want to do a retake. Homework. Homework is usually not new learning and should enhance what the student has been working on in class. Students will not generally receive homework daily. However, any work not completed in class will be sent home as homework and is to be completed before class the next day. Students who use their time wisely during class and during Viking time should have time to complete most of their homework. Most assignments are self-corrected. The student has an opportunity to find and correct errors. Assignments that are turned in late will not receive full credit. Canvas. Canvas is a learning management system that we use for notes, reviews, study guides, quizzes and tests, exit quizzes, warm-ups, but Skyward is our gradebook. Please do not be concerned if you do not see grades in Canvas or things being graded in Canvas. Again, Skyward is our official gradebook. Skyward, updated multiple times each week. I do my very best to stay on top of all current work, and I try to update missing assignments at least once a week. If your student is showing a 0 in the gradebook and the assignment is marked missing, they need to complete it. Late work will be graded and updated every week by Friday. 6th grade Team Viking has a weekly newsletter that we send out via email every Friday. It is not only sent via email to parents, students, and guardians, but it is also posted on our Skyward message board. The newsletter has important and pertinent information regarding core classes and grade level information. Please make sure you and your student read this every week. What can I do to help my child be successful? Make sure parents, guardians, and students are checking email and Skyward regularly. Students can check both of these during Viking time. Make sure your student has the supplies needed for each of their classes. It helps students when they are prepared with what they need at the start of each class each day. Use your assignment notebook daily. Writing down what we do in class each day helps your student keep track of what was done and what they still need to accomplish. Charge your Chromebook every night and read our weekly newsletter. Thank you for listening and watching my presentation, and I look forward to working with you and Partners of Education throughout this year. Have a wonderful day.
Good morning, TJ parents. This is Ms. Alberson, and I teach 6th grade social studies. A little bit about what your kids are going to be learning about this year. We study geography, Canada, Russia, Europe, and then within Europe, we do ancient Greece and Rome, the medieval period, Renaissance and Reformation, and European explorers. Then we hop across the Atlantic and we go to Latin America and the Caribbean and South America. Some helpful supplies that we would like your child to bring every day is their blue social studies folder. a writing utensil, colored pencils, an assignment notebook, and a fully charged Chromebook ready to go. All right, so in social studies, we grade, our grades are based on points. Everything's updated in Skyward weekly. We have classwork, homework, quizzes and tests, projects, presentations, and participation grades. Late work is accepted. Students need to make sure they are communicating, and tests and quizzes are encouraged for retakes if they score below an 80%. And we will talk more to the students about that as we go. If you have questions, email away. The expectations here at the school, this is in my classroom, in the hallways, in the cafeteria, it's in the whole entire building. We want our kids to be safe, be supportive, be respectful, and be responsible. Like I mentioned, at any time, if you have questions, concerns, please email me, and my email is located on my Canvas homepage and down here on this slide as well. At the end of their academic day, the students come to Viking time. In Viking time every day, we go over our homework for the day. The students are supposed to write it down in their assignment notebooks, which I go around and I check to make sure they have that. We use Viking time for academic support. If they need to do tests, retakes, corrections, we use it for sixth grade special activities and free reading time. So a lot goes on in our Viking time at the end of the day. Just a little FYI, if students ever need to stay after school, we do have 2 late buses that run. We have the north bus that picks up at 3:50 p.m. out in front of the school. I'm sorry, the south bus that picks up at 3:50 and the north bus that comes a little later at 4:05. The buses run Monday through Thursday, and there are no late buses on Fridays. That's all I have for you. I hope your kids are enjoying the start to their school year. Please let me know if there's anything I can do, and email anytime you have any questions or concerns. All right, thank you. Have a good day.
Hi, I'm Carol Haller, and I've been teaching here at TJ for 35 years. And I'm excited to be back in the classroom, to have real learners and my remote learners. It's been a challenge, but I've accepted that challenge, and I hope you feel like I'm doing a good job. I want to run through my curriculum real quick. I'm going to run through some slides here quickly. I will follow the Indiana State Standards for science for 6th grade. I will also touch on some of those 5th grade standards. Some of those 5th grade science teachers might have been leaving out because of the whole COVID situation in the spring. So I'll touch on some of those 5th grade standards as well. The purpose of that is to get them ready for a 6th grade science iLearn test in the spring. Some of the topics that we'll be discussing this year will be the nature of science, scientific method. We'll be using measurement tools. They've already had a little bit of work with the triple beam balances. Eventually, we'll get to a little bit more with volume and density. Hopefully, some graduated cylinder work. I haven't been able to do a lot of that just because of the whole sanitation situation. I am totally into hands-on science, and it's been a challenge for me to really try to change up some of my labs to make sure that we can do them all safely. Eventually, we'll get into some astronomy, Earth's motions, the moon phases, all the planets, and how they're similar and different from each other. We're going to have an ecology unit, which will begin next. Matter in the environment, populations and communities. We'll talk about cycles in science, like the water cycle, the nitrogen cycle, the carbon dioxide and oxygen cycle. We'll talk about photosynthesis, and we'll talk about interactions between all living organisms like food webs and food chains. And motion and energy. This is a huge unit for us. I think we're going to try to do this in the spring. Again, there's a lot of labs that go with this, and we're hoping that through time we'll get to ease up a little bit on the sanitation part of it, and we can have partner and lab work together, and hopefully we can get some more labs in. But a lot of labs go with the motion, forces, and energy unit, and so we'll be graphing a lot and a lot of potential and kinetic energy questions. And there are actually a lot of questions on the iLearn on that. Understanding waves, light and sound, and energy, and how they're all related. Your students have been given a actual hardcover book that they should take home. They should already have it at home. But if they can't access the book, or if they forgot it in their locker or something happened, they will always have the online book. But it's always better my students have told me in the past that they prefer actually the hardcover book over the online book sometimes, although the online book can be read to them. So I always tell them and encourage them to have the audio portion of the book read to them. So that is my little slideshow. Wanted to show you my Canvas page. This is my cover page on my Canvas page. It's got all my contact information right there. My remote learners, click my remote learner button and it leads them to the week. So if I click that, my remote learners will click on that and we'll see how long that takes to come up. And today, we're in the week of August 31st. And then if we click on that, it takes you to the entire week of what we're doing every day in class. And I've got everything linked so they don't have to go anywhere to find it. It's all sitting right there. That's where they upload it. So if something happens throughout the school year and we all have to become remote learners, this is where everybody will go. So that is the week's work for this week. So everybody who may need it. And I even tell the kids that even if they aren't remote learners, sometimes we'll go and look at some of the links that I put on there. You can Zoom every day with me pretty much all year long. I hope to, when we're discussing questions, everybody can hear me well in the Zoom. To check your current grade, you want to go to Skyward. There's a link to the online book there. We do a lot with gizmos, Nearpod, and quizzes sometimes. So those links are easy to find for the kids. And then my open house letter, if I click on that, it's just a little brief introduction of my philosophy and my goals in science for the year, which is always going to be hands-on and really get the students excited about science. There's the curriculum again listed, some classroom expectations. The students have been great so far. I've been really impressed with them being able to wear a mask. They don't complain, and they're really super positive about everything. Absences, textbook, I'll be using. My contact information also appears down here as well. So if you have any questions, you can always contact me. I've had already a lot of emails from parents, which is absolutely fine. I'll try to get back to you within 24 hours. Usually if I find a break in my day, the problem with our 6th grade schedule is we teach all day and then we have 30 minutes for lunch and we're teaching all day. And then we finally get our prep time, and that's at the end of the day. So all day, even though you might have emailed us, we might not be able to get back to you right away. And that's just because we're in class most of all morning until the very end of school. So we'll try to do our best to get back to you. But if you ever have any questions about what's happening in my class, please feel free just to ask questions. And I hope you have enjoyed our virtual open house.
Hi, TJMS families. My name is Colin Wark, and I am teaching math this year. So a couple of things about me, just really quick. I actually used to teach science here for a year. That was my first year here teaching science. I currently teach math, as you know, for about 2 years now. I've been here at TJ for 3 years total. I also, in addition to teaching math, coach the cross country, the girls 7th grade basketball team, and the track team. I also went to Valparaiso University for my degree. Just a couple of things about what we'll be doing in math this year, a couple hot topics. We are currently in the fraction number sense units. We've already finished the decimal unit. We are then moving into fraction operations, fraction decimals and percents, number patterns and functions, and then we start moving into integers, expressions, and equations. So we get into algebra, inequalities, then we move into geometry, and then we move into things like proportions and data analysis, integer computation, so like positive and negative numbers, and then we work into real world percents. The advanced course is moving a little bit quicker, so we actually add a few extra things in there, and I can notify you of those if you wish. So what to do if you are So if you are a brick and mortar learner, meaning that you are in school with us at this moment in the building, you should be doing the following. You should be in your seat by the bell. You should have all supplies ready for class. That means a pencil, your binder, your red binder, your homework, if it was assigned and it's in paper copy, and a charged Chromebook, okay? You should begin the warm-up the second that you get into class. You should be taking notes during class in your binder and keeping them there. And you should participate in every single activity that I assigned to you, whether it's on Canvas or a homework assignment. You should be working no matter what. If you are a remote learner, the only thing that's different for you guys is that you have to log into Zoom in order to view class. I do Zoom every single day, so unless otherwise told, you will be logging into Zoom. And my Zoom link can always be found as a little button on my Canvas homepage. So it should be fairly easy to find. Okay, otherwise you're doing exactly the same thing as our brick and mortar learners. Now, where do I go for tests, quizzes, Zoom, notes, homework, anything like that? Regardless of whether or not you are a home learner, a remote learner, or a in-person brick and mortar learner, you should be going to Canvas, okay? Everything is on Canvas. Links to Zoom, links to my homework, links to notes, links to anything that we've talked about in class, even things that we've mentioned in class and they're relevant to math or other classes. You can find those in my Canvas course. So if you're not sure where to go, check out Canvas first. Now, a little bit about grading. My tests make up 50% of my grades. So tests are the most important. They're weighted the heaviest. Quizzes are after that, weighing in at 30%. And then homework, projects, binder checks, things like that, those are all going to be worth 20%, okay? If you need to retake a test or a quiz, here's what you need to do. If you got a 80% or lower, so if your score was below a B, okay, you qualify for a retake, okay? You should reach out to me if you want to retake the test within a week, okay? So I don't want you reaching out to me 2 months later because it's no longer relevant to our studies, okay? So please make sure that you're reaching out to me within a week. You can reach out to me by email. We can do a Zoom session, anything like that, as long as you're talking to me and telling me what you'd like to do. I do need to see test corrections. So I need to go back through the test and say, okay, I got question 2, 4, 6, and 5 wrong. I'm going to redo those on a separate sheet of paper and send those in to Mr. Work to show that I know what I did. And then if necessary, you might need to have a conference with me so that we can discuss what you did wrong and just so I can make sure that beyond a doubt you're ready to retake the test. Okay. Homework, I sometimes allow you to redo it. Math Excel, you are welcome to submit as many times as you want. Other assignments like Canvas quizzes and homework assignments that are on Canvas, those ones I don't always allow you to redo. So please ask me first. If you should need to contact me, my contact information is right there. It's also on my Canvas page. You are welcome to email me at any time. And you are also welcome to call me at 219-531-3140. And my extension is 6121. I hope to see you guys soon and throughout the rest of the year. And I hope you guys have an awesome day. Thanks.